Hey spooky friends, it is I, the Empress of Mystery, Catherine, your host for today's Spooky Friends Club meeting. And today I'm here to take you into a deep dive underground, literally. Today we're talking about the Edinburgh Vaults. These dark hidden chambers tell a story of poverty, crime, and despair. But their past wasn't left behind. Something still lingers in there waiting to be discovered. Or at least I think so. So grab your flashlights and join me on a dark journey as we descend into the haunted Edinburgh Vaults. But what are the vaults? The Edinburgh Vaults are also known as the Southbridge Vaults and are underground chambers hidden beneath Edinburgh's busiest bridges. Built in 1788, the bridge was intended to support Edinburgh's growing population, and below it, a maze of vaults was used by merchants and tradespeople to store goods. But within decades, the vaults fell into ruins and moisture crept in. Businesses then abandoned the vaults, and the space became a refuge for the poorest of the poor, thieves, prostitutes, and criminals. Some say the vaults even hosted body snatchers, including Burke and Hare, which we've covered on another podcast, who sold corpses for medical dissection. Death and mystery filled these vaults, and many believe the spirits of those who suffered never truly left. So, what makes the Edinburgh Vaults so terrifying? It's a sheer range of paranormal activity. And let's talk about the ghostly encounters that people have experienced, including myself. I will include a photo that I took in the vaults, and I want to know in the comments what you think this is while I tell the rest of this story, because I still have no idea. So, the first ghost is Mr. Boots, and he is no friendly ghost. He's a malevolent figure, and his presence is announced by the sound of heavy, echoing footsteps. Some say they hear low laughter coming from the dark, and others claim that they feel a cold, oppressive presence standing just behind them. A few unlucky visitors have reported the sensation of being shoved or tapped on the shoulder, only to find no one there. His legend suggests that Mr. Boots was a violent resident of the vaults during his criminal days. Encountering him might mean you've trespassed on the ground that he claims as his own. Now, there is a story that a tour guide told us that Mr. Boots was hiding treasure underneath the stones, and that you standing close to his treasure might lead to him being particularly nasty. The next story is that of the Cobbler. So the Cobbler offers a false sense of security. He appears as an unassuming, old-fashioned man, sitting quietly as if tending to his trade. But visitors have watched him for a few minutes at a time, unaware that they're observing a ghost. Once recognized, he fades into thin air, leaving an unsettling emptiness in his wake, and people often describe the sudden shift in the air as if someone has just left the room, though you never heard them move. The Cobbler's playful demeanor masks the sense that time is fractured in the vaults, where the past and the present meet in really unsettling ways. The children's spirits are perhaps the most heartbreaking and also disturbing. Visitors frequently feel the cold touch of a child's hand slipping into their own. Now, Jack is a spectral boy known to follow guests, giving them an eerie feeling like they are being watched. Others have heard faint laughter turn into soft cries, or even small shadows that flit across the walls. Handprints of invisible children have even been found on clothing and skin. These spirits, abandoned in life, seem to seek comfort in death, but their presence leaves a lingering chill of sorrow. Now, Burke and Hare, we covered on another podcast. They were rumored that in the 1820s, these were two infamous serial killers, William Burke and William Hare. They were storing bodies in these vaults, killing up to, they say, 17, but there could be more victims. They were storing their bodies in the vaults, so some of these spirits that you're hearing might be the spirits of people who followed their bodies into the vaults and watched them get sold for dissection to the medical schools. What's different about the spirits of the Edinburgh Vaults is that they don't just haunt, they interact, and testing the courage of those who dare to walk in their halls. Whether you hear heavy footsteps or ghostly touches or vanishing figures, the vaults offer a direct connection to Edinburgh's dark past, making them one of the most haunted places in Scotland. Why are the vaults so haunted? They seem to have trapped suffering and desperation of those who lived there. The extreme poverty, crime, and even murder that took place in these damp chambers left emotional scars on the place. Some ghost hunters suggest that the stone tape theory, the idea that traumatic events imprint on the environment, which explains the activity, especially the type of stone used, could trap some of the energy allegedly in the vaults. Others believe that abandonment and neglect of the vaults created a liminal space perfect for spirits to linger. You see, the vaults were nearly forgotten for 100 years and rediscovered only in the 1980s. Some say that the reopening disturbed whatever was sealed inside, allowing the spirits to roam freely again. Would you dare visit the vaults? So whether it's the echoes of Mr. Boots or the phantom touch of a child's hand or the chilling sight of the Cobbler, the Edinburgh Vaults offer no shortage of ghostly encounters. If you're ever in Edinburgh, I suggest booking a ghost tour. The tours are fantastic and they tell amazing stories and they terrify you while you're down there. Just make sure you wear something that is water resistant because they will drip on your head and your body. Thank you for tuning in to this week's club meeting. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe or share it with a fellow spooky enthusiast or a ghost hunter. And let me know, are you brave enough to visit the Edinburgh Vaults? So spooky.